Okay. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session and calls number 332-374. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Ashley Diane Nelson. Ms. Nelson was previously sworn in. Ms. Nelson is represented in her case by attorney Marcus Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson, do you waive a record in Ms. Nelson's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Nelson, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information alleges that on or about May 22nd, 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Ms. Nelson, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Ms. Nelson, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Now, you pleaded no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir, correct.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Correct.
Ms. Nelson, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Ms. Nelson, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on a line that's titled NOLA contingent, which means no contest. Are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
And on the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification, a defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Nelson, did you also sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Nelson, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes.
And is everything that he went over true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Ms. Nelson, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State. I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and State's Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit. State, you like to offer States 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer States 1 and States 2.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. States Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Exhibit 2 is in the court's file. It's a probable cause affidavit. Mr. Wilkerson, you've advised and counseled Ms. Nelson. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Your Honor, I would cite the report that the court has in its possession.
Okay, and the court will take judicial notice of that report. Ms. Nelson, your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of guilty in this case, Your Honor, the state is recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail, excuse me, in Jefferson County Jail for a period of 180 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court give defendant credit for the 180 days that she's previously spent in jail, making this a time served plea agreement. We're asking that the court use the time served for both tax and retirement court costs.
Okay, Ms. Nelson, The state is offering that you serve 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you've already served 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for the 180 days that you've already served in this case. The court cost in this case is $327, but you will not be required to pay the $327 because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Ms. Johnson, Ms. Nelson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And Ms. Nelson, do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Ms. Nelson, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Nelson, I have before me a model written admonition on ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition, and pursuant to the Texas Administrative Code Section 176.1, the court hereby admonish you or warns you of the following. Number one, you are by entry or order or judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code Section 46.013, A, firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, Unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, Unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, Violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective order. Now, Ms. Nelson, you'll be given a copy of this at the jail, of this ammunition at the jail. This will conclude your case. If you do not have anything else holding you in jail, you should be getting out of jail today. You can knock on the door, follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Eugene.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. Wilkerson, we made contact with the folks from Spindletop to talk to her prior to her release.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You
May I
are-
be excused?
Yes, you may be excused. You have a blessed day.
Thank you. Hey, John.